So before we hit play on what I am sure is about to be an absolute banger of a video, I gotta say, what is this? Isn't this weird? What are your final thoughts gonna be 30 years from now? What proud memories are you gonna look back upon? When your parents are on their deathbed, are you going to tell them that you devote your life to a video game? Because someone posts that she likes the night. Now, do I personally find it weird that someone's like, "Ooh, this is my boyfriend in the game"? I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do it. But who cares? It's harmless. She's not going, "Ooh, I want to take the knight's big ol' fat penis."
The DBD community is kind of known for being awful, but not for the reasons everyone says. And Twitter in general over the years has been mocked relentlessly as one of the worst places on the internet, but not for the reasons everyone says. Well, what do you get if you mix a ton of group-thinking weirdos without an original thought in their head with a ton more? You get DBD Twitter, the most—
Man, this dead girl Jimmy shit was so stupid. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, she made this video because people were calling Hattie ugly, which they were. And she was like, "No, I like Hattie. I think she's cute," and everyone lost their minds.
the most pathetic, embarrassing echo chamber in this entire community, and it's not even close. Comp DBD doesn't even compare to this shit. Just dipping your toes into the normal parts of DBD—
I wouldn't call it as normal part of DBD, to be honest. It's like, she lost her mind because of, like, black hairstyles or something. Because I don't remember. I remember it was really stupid. I remember seeing that tweet, and it was really, really dumb. She was like, "Yeah, man, you can't give these people this hairstyle." Or, like, she was freaking out about Meg having braids, I think. I'd have to go back and revisit it. But it was something really dumb about hairstyles. And then Behavior gives, like, black characters black hairstyles, and she's like, "Well, this isn't good enough." I don't know. I wouldn't call it as normal from my interactions with her.
DBD Twitter, you'll already start to realize something. People on here are kind of miserable, love to have ridiculous arguments about non-issues that span for months, and love the repetition and—
So I did the reading on that Jane Romero shit, so you guys don't have to, and I have to admit, Jane didn't come off looking the best there. I don't know the full context, I'm not about to go digging. Maybe I will, we'll see. But just from the reactions alone, Jane was kinda acting out of line a bit.
overly safe opinions while acting like they're changing the world. Before I start—
Okay. I will say this, though. What are we, 38 seconds in, River's already lying? Because, saying syringes need to go is not a safe opinion. The game is majority survivors, and they hated this. There was, like, a huge backlash against hens. And I think Quiet Kills for saying all this shit. Like, nobody liked this take on the survivor side, not a single one. It was kind of funny to watch, because, yeah, syringes, they do need to go. But saying this is a safe opinion? Nah.
the repetition and overly safe opinions while acting like they're changing the world. Before I start going into people specifically, let's start with what I call the DBD Twitter cycle. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as someone who hasn't even really used it that much, and only recently started observing and occasionally participating in the degeneracy, I'll tell you, I've noticed a trend when it comes to DBD Twitter, where it has this obnoxious cycle, and this is how it goes. Someone, usually a DBD streamer that you sort of know, but don't really know, will tweet something kind of vague and stupid, but overall harmless. It's usually like a clip or something of like something bad happening in the game to represent that this killer is strong or something or other, and they will get cannibalized off of it because this community just lives off drama and is built off having someone to cancel or dogpile on with their mob mentality.
Alright. Somebody disagreeing with you on Twitter does not mean cancellation or even dogpiling. Like, you're posting some shit, people are naturally going to disagree. Not everybody's going to have the exact same take as you. And if you're vocal about what you say, they're probably going to be vocal about what they say. You may not like having people disagree. I don't think anyone really does. But it doesn't mean they're trying to cannibalize you or cancel you or anything like that. They're just stating their take on the take that you stated. It's not really a big deal. And it doesn't mean cancellation.
This usually happens.
Like, River comes across as a guy that you have to just yes man him or he hates you. And there's no in between. You gotta go with his opinion, or, "Oh boy, I hate you, you must hate me, you're stupid and dumb." What a moron.
Like I said, with random DBD clips of something being showed as problematic, only to have the poster quote tweeted and emotionally dogpiled on.
Emotionally dogpiled? How is slugging a win con even remotely similar to getting a few seconds worth of pressure before returning to pick them up? Don't they go down in 20 seconds? 30, and that's plenty of time to create unrecoverable pressure, and it can be used as a plot twist to completely negate the downside. I have no sympathy. Played against Sononi the other day after my random survivor DC'd early game. He proceeded to knock all but one of them, and chased them out one, forced to wait to bleed out. What about any of this is emotional? What? River, you're doing that thing again where you say something, and then you show something that has nothing to do with what you said. Come on, man. Come on, you've been making YouTube videos for DBD for like, I don't know what, 3 months now? You gotta get past, you gotta break this habit, man. It was bad enough when you did it to Spooks and you showed absolutely no evidence for anything you claimed about them, but come on, man. This is the big leagues now, this is Twitter. You gotta shape up, little buddy.
Regardless of if they're right or not. Say one slightly...
Let's see, yeah, if you count the moments for... this is not emotional. I think what's ridiculous is expecting to leave someone on the ground and not be penalized. Nobody's... Yeah, see, these people are just stating their opinions. There's nothing emotional about it. They're stating how they think about the game. What about this is emotional, River? Come on, man. You gotta choose your words a little more carefully. Like, this is scripted. Alright, this isn't off the cuff, this isn't just some live react. This is a scripted video, and you're saying the people are emotionally reacting. And they're clearly not, they're just saying their opinions. This isn't even dogpiling, by the way. They're just disagreeing and stating why. And not even in, like, a bad way. Come on, man, is this gonna be the whole video? I hope not.
Controversial thing, go against the echo chamber slightly, you'll either be eviscerated by these terminally...
Okay, say one slightly controversial thing, or go against the dog pile, and you'll get eviscerated. Literally, who are you, scathing? You use the phrase subhuman and degenerate a lot, so that doesn't sound like you're going against the grain. It sounds like you're just being an asshole. Are you too emotional to argue with you, or are you simply too aware of what you are? Agreed. Why should anyone... Holy shit. That is ironic. Being said to River, considering his stances. So what's the point of like all this points is bad, it doesn't make you seem tough or anything. Here, I'll be real, this feels like you want the community to go harass people. Why are you so public about who blocked you? Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, River's not going against the grain here. Like, you can have differing opinions, but you don't have to be an asshole about it. Like, everyone he just showed handled it correctly. They saw something they disagreed with, they stated their disagreement. And that was that. They didn't insult or anything. Meanwhile, River is using the phrase subhuman and degenerate a lot. I'm really curious what this tweet is under. I'd love to see what River is complaining about. But of course, River's not going to show his tweets. So, maybe, just maybe, I'll do some digging and do it for him.
Problems with anime profile pictures who hyper-fix it on DBD because they're not good at anything else, or you just get straight up blocked by people you don't know.
Why do these group-thinking weirdos who I've never said a single word to and don't even know block me? Like, I get constructive criticism and going against the grain is kind of illegal, but you cannot be this much of a stereotype. Okay, so I actually know what this tweet's in reference to. This has to do with the whole Jane drama that happened. So River puts Jane in one of his little videos about how much he hates you based on the survivor that you play. And he put Jane in there randomly, talking about how she's awful and scum and just the worst person ever, talking about, oh man, Jane is dragging down the Jane Romero players. Maybe I'll do a video on her soon. Like, you shat talk someone and then double and triple down, and then you get surprised when people are blocking you over it? Like, that's not constructive criticism. Like, just outright insulting someone is not constructive criticism. See, River's got some kind of brain condition where he thinks everything that comes out of his mouth is constructive criticism, when he's just insulting people for no reason. And then he gets upset that people react negatively to that. He doesn't understand. I legitimately think he doesn't understand what he says. Like, I think he actually has some kind of a mental condition. Because there's no way that he can be this stupid. I mean, that or it's all intentional and he's just doing it for attention, which, that seems pretty likely.
No, or banned from the official DBD community?
I wonder why you got banned from the DBD community. Could it have something to do with the fact that you go out of your way to insult and argue with everyone you meet? I wonder why people might not want someone like that in their community. That sure does seem really weird. Wow, they must be the problem and not you, huh, big man? It could never be you that's the problem. It could never be you that needs to do some introspection and reflection. No, it's everyone else that's wrong.
For going against the grain. DBD Twitter always has their cancel culture person.
Do you guys notice how he keeps phrasing the way that he acts? It's not, oh, yeah, man, I kind of was insulting people, I'm going after them. I'm insulting, I'm being a dick. It's, I go against the grain. But he never shows how he goes against the grain. And the reason he's not showing how he's, quote-unquote, going against the grain is because he's doing nothing but insulting people, and that's it. Like, he dug up a picture of Jane from however many years ago, and started using that as his profile picture. That to him is going against the grain. That's not harassment, no. It's going against the grain. Notice how he doesn't show at all what he did to elicit this response. It's just, I go against the grain. Alright, River, well, why don't you show us how you go against the grain?
Person of the week, and I actually was that person a little.
Hey, River, can you not, please? I'm doing my stuff even outside of Dead by Daylight, and it's ironic considering you say that being a Jane main, it's my whole personality. Can you be kind and leave my peace and mental health alone? I'm asking for it kindly. This tweet comes as a response to the aforementioned Survivor tier list video that River made, where he went out of his way to insult Jane. And Jane's response isn't vitriol, it isn't hatred, it's just, hey man, can you leave me alone? This is the tweet that had River doubling and tripling down on his dumbassery. Huh?
A little bit ago, but more on that later. The funny thing is, for how argumentative these people are and how they spend all their time rotting on Twitter and arguing, they're kind of bad at it. Like,
hey, that describes River perfectly. River's awful at arguing.
In these controversial posts, a majority of the replies will just be bad strawmans with no logical points, insecure.
Well, now I gotta read that. Hang on. Shut up, you miserable fuck. I mean, yeah, River sounds kind of fucking miserable, I'm not gonna lie. Sean's misreading that. He's saying that Sean's projecting, not Jane. I kind of believe that some parents are not involved in any of these people's lives.
Controversial posts, a majority of the replies will just be bad strawmans with no logical points, insecure fake smiling Wojak paragraphs with emoji spam, or just reaction gifs. Like, a lot of reaction.
Yeah, he's trying about the reaction. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I ran into it myself. Some guy got into an argument with me, and he was like, you know what? I'm just going to post this because I made you argue, and that means I win. Some of these people you really can't win with, but River has not been showing that well at all.
Action gifs. Or maybe the classic Twitter I portrayed you.
I forget how bored and angry the DBD Twitter community is. My sincerest apologies to those that have offended by pallets stunning Miss P20 Nursing for attempting to debunk the idea that she's OP, only for the fact that you can't use pallets. So this looks like someone that's kind of trying to argue the same point that River is, but River's going after him. Because River's whole point of this video is Twitter likes to dogpile and emotionally dogpile and eviscerate you for going against the grain, and this seems like someone that is going against the grain with his opinion by saying that Nurse isn't actually that OP and you can use pallets against her, and then people are arguing with him about that and getting mad at him, and so his reply is to make a meme about it. And River's saying, oh, this guy's an idiot for using Wojak names. Like, this guy is trying to prove your own point for you, River. What's up with the friendly fire?
You as a Swayjack meme, if you're lucky. This isn't arguing or logic, this is just emotion, because the majority of these people.
Okay. So I notice. I notice that he's not showing the tweet that gets these replies. Yet again, he refuses to show what elicits these reactions.
Spam, or just reaction gifs. Like, a lot of reaction gifs. Or maybe the classic Twitter I portrayed you as a Swayjack meme. Dropouts, and this is their high school. The bigger creators who virtues.
Okay, this is actually so fucking funny. So you know how River is always talking about trans people and shit? And pronouns, and making fun of pronouns, and oh, haha, whatever. The funny thing about him using Odstarba and saying that he's virtue signaling here is he's actually doing the exact opposite. So there's this tweet by DBD Base calling on A-Run for calling Arella a guy. And a lot of people kind of lost their minds about it, but a lot more people actually were like reasonable and said, hey, you know what, he's not actually calling Arella a guy, he's just using a gender-neutral term, or androcentric if you want to be a dickhead about it. And onto saying Guys, look, you're transphobic, so funny. I know you don't care about your own reputation because you're a faceless, unfunny gimmick account, but other people do care about serious accusations that are thrown their way. Grow up. This is not a virtue signal. This is the opposite. DBD base was virtue signaling by saying that Aaron was a transphobe for saying Orel's a guy. Otts and most other people were calling out how stupid that is, how blatantly false that is. This is the exact opposite of a virtue signal. This actually aligns more with what River presents his views as. And yet, somehow, instead of reading through the conversation, instead of understanding what is going on, he says, oh, Otts is just virtue signaling, haha, like, he needs to get out of this bad habit where he takes whatever seems vaguely on subject for what he's talking about, and then he just runs with it, even if it's completely false. Like, even if 2 seconds of reading would reveal that it doesn't actually support his point. Like, come on, man. You can't be this dumb.
Signal and pander will always win in their eyes because they've already been told what to think. And the smaller ones with actual hot takes that they're too brain-dead to think of a rebuttal to are the villains of the week on this cancerous platform. Percent of what these losers tweet about is survivor skins for some reason. Maybe the rare Kaneki bad take here and there. Really thinking outside the box, huh? And maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a wow this community or game sucks doom post, not realizing how much of a stereotype they are and how much they actively contribute to it. That's kind of it. All of this still has them undertones, and it will always delve into that no matter what you're talking about. Ignoring the cycle of dogpiling on someone, what else happens with the names you constantly see on DBD Twitter? I mean, it's mainly just hourly tweeting by these Twitter-rotted degenerates about literally nothing, or just
Bro, the second Rimmer was involved in Twitter, he was tweeting like multiple times a day. He doesn't get to talk about our tweeting.
Sorry, Tommy, or shit. Sorry, yeah, there's a lot of that. The fact that so many of these accounts tweet hourly every single day, it is unbelievable how sad this shit is. Especially if nobody is paying attention and they're just screaming into the void. This shit is incredibly embarrassing. I guess when you're unemployed, there's nothing better to do than spend all day talking about how this new Sable cosmetic makes her chest bigger, or
okay, I gotta be honest, that Sable shit was wild, like, who cares? Oh no, her tits are bigger. Oh jeez, the game is ruined. Like, Jill's got a sweater that does the exact same thing and nobody gives a shit. Oh.
How the unknown is transphobic, or how the devs couldn't get black characters' hair right and they're racist because of it. Like, these people live on Twitter and spend a majority of their time doing this, and these nobodies think they're actually important, despite them just doom scrolling all day and contributing nothing to society. DBD Twitter also
I would love to know what River contributes to anything.
loves to do this thing where if you criticize them in a video, or God forbid get mad in a game like some of these people do, they'll clip it like they always do. It's all they know how to do, and they'll make you look as bad as possible while removing all the important context.
Oh, what important context, alright. Alright. I'm gonna play that entire clip, and we're gonna see what context there is, because I guarantee you there is none.
Tend to kind of fall into the same sort of category as David's, where they make their entire personality porn and only play Survivor, just slightly worse. I feel like one Jane maid in particular, who I may cover in the future, is heavily weighing down her position, but even without that creature, Jane players are entitled fucking losers who will always go next, like all the time.
Context is River sat there and said, oh, Jane ruins the games for all Jane mains. When Jane ain't ever did anything to him. Oh, like what context is missing there? Like, just keep other people's names out of your mouth if they haven't done anything. It's that easy. Or, if they have done something, then go into that. Instead of just randomly insulting them. Like, explain what the issue is, instead of just being a dickhead. It's not that hard.
They used to do this shit to True Talent a lot, like posting little 15-second clips of him saying shit on stream, then mocking him for it and leaving out important context, because DBD Twitter loves their villains, right? I do not understand how these...
No, you are not True Talent.
People get bored of talking about literally nothing all day. Like, this behavior cannot be healthy for you. These self-righteous weirdos are the types to tweet racism as bad and think they're changing the world. Unemployed egomaniacs like...
Oh no, somebody tweeted something positive. My life is over. Holy man. Like, River sits here and talks about how people have no lives and they just sit here and doom post all day, but he's getting his whole shit rocked. Because Spook said, oh man, you're valid as a person. Like, huh? Like, even if you disagree with the message, it's so innocuous, who gives a shit?
Scott Jund will spend all day rotting on Twitter and arguing with people about DBD-related topics and hourly tweeting because this is like their version of cocaine. But it doesn't accomplish anything or make money or help anyone. It's just an awful way to spend hours of your day. It's not healthy. Doesn't this guy have, like, a wife or something? What is...
So I know River doesn't understand community engagement or having, you know, multiple platforms, but when you're a content creator, and I know that I'm small at the moment, I don't really have that kind of a presence, but it's not exactly uncommon for creators to have a presence on multiple platforms. That's why you have YouTube, Twitch, and yes, even Twitter. It helps your community engagement and keeps your brand alive. You could argue that if you're not on any of those, then yeah, it's doom scrolling, but like, the fact of the matter is, Scott's the wrong example here, because he does have that presence. Like, you can't really fault the guy for keeping his brand alive across multiple platforms and engaging with the community. Huh? What? Huh? I don't know, this just seems like such a nothing point to me.
She doing when he's living on the keyboard owning the haters on Twitter all day? Like, this is what he does on day.
And of course, we've got to get that sly dig at a guy that has an actual wife. River's sitting here, single, no girlfriend, probably has never been touched by a woman in his life. You can tell by his attitude and his thoughts on women. Meanwhile, against the actual people that have wives, like Spooks and Scott, oh wow, man, Tyrone's fucking him hard and deep. Come on, man. If you're jealous, you can just say that. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. Come on, man.
Days when he's not streaming, almost everything here I showed you was from one day. Nearly 100 tweets on this.
Actually, that's another thing. So I don't like Scott after my recent interaction with him. I think he's a fucking moron. But like, you can't go after the guy for being on Twitter all day when he's got a wife, a family, and he's making money. Like, what? These are the wrong people to be going after for this. This whole video is just nothing so far. We're 4 minutes in, so I mean, I'm sure the juice is coming, but like, this is just dumb. This is the most nothing video I've seen since the Spooks takedown.
Single day is insanity. And this is recent too. But that's kind of normal. Pretty much everyone on Twitter kind of talks about nothing. Like, oh my god, guys, don't buy this skin until the game is fixed. That'll show them. We're really boycotting and starving a multi-million-dollar company here. Like,
well, you know, I mean, you can at least give him credit that he doesn't live on Twitter, because there's a reason people are trying to boycott DBD right now. It's because they're an absolute piss-poor handling of the Chandler situation in the DBD / The Walking Dead stream, when they just sat there and completely ignored odds, completely ignored Chandler, and let DDoSers ruin the entire stream with what should have been an absolute slam dunk of an event. But no. They were too arrogant, too cocky, whatever, to listen to anyone but themselves, and they let it all fall apart. So yeah. Naturally, I think when a company completely fumbles the bag like that, it shows they have absolutely zero care about their players or their game. People are going to be a little upset with that. And I don't think that makes them terminally online or anything like that. I think it's natural, and I think it makes them human. To watch a game that they love fumble the bag that bad because of piss-poor, idiotic developers.
give me a break. You just want to be part of a movement. They'll just daily post complaining about the same bullshit. Like, are we actually on year 3 about complaining about the anniversary palette break thing that killers have? They do this every year. You know you can just not play the optional game mode, right? They genuinely really hate the game. It's so abundantly clear to me. Others who rot in this platform just live off slander. And I've experienced it many times myself as one of the most slandered people.
River, you have not experienced slander, and all of this is shit that you say about yourself. Huh? Except for, I guess, Debate Loser and Dodger, but, let's see. Racist? Yeah, we've seen that. Homophobic, we've seen that. I don't know what an estophobe is. Transphobic, I think we've seen that. Misogynist, we've seen that. Debate Loser. I mean, you are. That's demonstrably true. Debate Dodger, we've seen that too. I seem to remember a certain live stream where River was talking about, ooh, come debate me. Oh wait, actually, you sound too smart. I don't want to debate you. Virgin, I mean, I believe it. Incel, I believe it. Fat, I mean, I guess you're not fat. You're a bit of a Wojak looking motherfucker, though. Can we throw on can't count? Because, like, why is 12 here twice? I'm guessing this is, like, his attempt at some big brain joke, maybe? Where, like, oh, you're wrong, and that's why 11's missing or something, but, uneducated, unemployed, that's what he says to other people, supports doxing. I don't know if I've seen that. Supports cheating. I haven't seen that. Like, who is... Dude, I don't know. River's just making shit up at this point, I'm pretty sure. It's like, he's done some pretty questionable stuff that would have some of these looking pretty valid. Not gonna lie.
In the community. People will be told something by a creator they're parasocial for, not fact check it and just tweet about it because big creator good and small creator bad, right?
Okay, River, are you gonna show you disagreeing? You gonna show you disagreeing with this? Or are you just gonna say that you didn't?
Right? And when you call them out on that, they'll just block you because they have no argument. Blocking people is like their panic button. If they're somehow losing an argument despite living on Twitter and arguing all day, it's pretty much the only thing they can think of doing because argument despite living safe. Twitter and arguing all day, it's like their panic bad, right? And when you call them out...
Alright. Moving along. That was the last time I ever called. Okay, well, you know, you could very easily have called him out right there, instead of waiting until after. Like, what kind of a beta bitch move is it to have someone say something that you disagree with entirely, and just sit there and let him say it, instead of calling him out? Are you that afraid of confrontation? Are you that pussy? Come on, man. What?
On that, they'll just block you because they have no argument. Blocking people is like their panic button. If they're somehow losing an argument despite living on Twitter and arguing all day, it's pretty much the only...
I gotta be honest. As much as I do agree that people on Twitter love to block you for disagreeing, happens to me a lot, that's not what happened here. River, you got blocked for being a moron. Like, what argument did he lose there?
Thing they can think of doing because it makes them feel safe. It's like their fight or flight response. These people live in an echo chamber and are coddled by virtue signaling weirdos constantly, so when you actually challenge them, they simply do not know what to do and throw a tantrum. They always want to have someone to focus on to cancel instead of focusing on their own miserable lives, and these lolcows are so easy to bait too. They essentially live off drama and walk on eggshells around each other.
Doesn't River kind of live off drama? Between, you know, the spook stuff and the Scott stuff and the spook stuff, and then more spook stuff, and total granny shit. I don't know if I'd qualify that as drama, but like... Oh, and then of course... What's her name now? The Gross Scott stuff, which was also more spook stuff. And then now this Twitter video. Like, whoever wants to sit here and insult quote-unquote drama slop channels, and all he does is talk about drama.
You'll think you're maybe cool with someone, only for them to just punch down with the mob when you're villain of the week because...
Oh my god, dude. Nobody is punching down on River. I don't get how he can't see it. I'm starting to think he really is just this stupid. Like, and it's funny that he says this, when the tweet he shows is Troy asking if he's ever going to take responsibility or just keep protecting his own insecurity onto people. There's victim prophecy, which is true. All River does is sit here and say, oh, well, you're punching down on me, stop punching down on me, when anyone larger than him comes after him and calls him on his bullshit. Oh, I'm a victim. You're punching down, you can't do that because I'm smaller than you. Okay, stop saying dumb shit and people won't disagree with you. It's that simple. Like, stop saying this dumb, heinous shit and people won't punch down on you. As you put it, because it's not punching down. It's people seeing you say some dumb shit and they give their take on it. It's not punching down.
Cool thing to do, despite you helping them in the past.
Wait a minute. Is there some new Groskopf more? I want to make something clear. I don't associate with RiverCiver or recent statements. Believe in creating safe, inclusive spaces. Spreading hint. It's not someone I want to be tied to. I want to be here. But I won't stay silent when it matters. That's all I'll say. Okay. Damn. That's crazy. So, and notice how River tries to frame that as, wow, even when you help them, they hate you. River, you're such a monumental asshole that even the people you quote-unquote help don't want to be around you. That might be a sign of something. That's all I'm saying. Also, that's kind of emotionally manipulative. Notice how it's, wow, even when you help them, they turn against you. Like, She-Saw doesn't owe you shit, man. Just like you don't owe her shit. Nobody owes you anything, and you don't owe them anything. What does She-Saw owe you? Does She-Saw owe you undying loyalty and support because you made a video about her and spooks? I don't fucking think so. I really, really don't. Like, She-Saw can have her own opinions, and if you do some shit that goes against those opinions, then yeah, she has the right to disassociate with you. Like, why are you trying to sit here and emotionally manipulate someone? Oh, well, even when you hope them in the past, they turn against you. Maybe this should be your stopping point to sit here and think on your actions. Maybe this is where you sit here and say, you know what? Maybe I am being an asshole. Maybe I shouldn't go after people randomly. Come on, man.
Helping them in the past. You don't need logic when you have a mob mentality and you're bigger and louder, right? Most of these people cannot think logically for shit, and they just strawman when they feel threatened, and use the same copy-pasted reaction memes and insecure Reddit roasts, instead of thinking of actual arguments.
Hey, this sounds just like RiverCiver. I remember in our debate when he was kinda not having a great time, and he said, haha, you have an autistic voice condition, even though I had explained it to him previously. Like, that's all this guy is he's nothing but strawman. That's all this guy is. He's nothing but strawmen and ad-homs, even though he hates when people use strawmans and ad-homs. Like, come on. This guy. I don't know, this has, like, I'm starting to think this is just a character. It has to be. Nobody can be this willing to drag their dignity through the mud and have it not be a bit.
A lot of them are just not used to constructive criticism and suck at making valid points, despite living on an app where that's all you do.
River, you are the poster child for not engaging with constructive criticism and making valid points. All you do is say nonsense that makes zero sense, and then when you even have the time to go and script a video and gather quote-unquote evidence, your evidence never backs up your claim. It's absolutely wild. Like, even in this video, some of the shit you said, like, Hinz's syringe take, did not back that up, because that was the hottest take Hinz has ever said, I'm pretty sure. Because every survivor is like, ooh, I like my syringe. Like, even in his own video, you do the same shit. And then, when you're showing the backlash to your nonsense, you don't show your nonsense, because you just want people to believe that you're this gone-after victim that people hate for no reason. Show what you did. And if it was truly not that bad, people might actually take your side, but no. You would rather just show the reactions and claim that people are attacking you and trying to cancel you over nothing. You're so fucking bad at this, man.
If as a creator you're ever rightfully called out on the terrible bullshit you do behind the scenes, just run crying to a bigger creator. You know he'll tell everyone what they want to hear on his much bigger platform built off slander and cutting context.
I'll be honest, from the screenshots that were shown, Greeny did not come out of that blameless. But I also think, like, Groskoth also was not blameless. I think they were both pretty fucking stupid in that whole situation. Because why was Greeny and Skillcheck sitting there crying about getting slugged in the post-game chat over nothing? I actually... See, that's the issue, right? From what I know, from what I can tell, from what I saw, they were bitching, promptless, like nothing happened to make them do it, other than getting slugged. Problem is, in the screenshot shown, it doesn't show the start, so we can't know for sure. I would love to see the start on that to reevaluate, but from what I know about the situation, from what I've seen, Greeny and Skillcheck were sitting there and bitching about getting slugged, boo fucking who, like, just say GG and go next instead of crying about it. So then, Groskoth went into their chat and said, oh, haha, what, you didn't like my little sluggy picky build? When that was a no-no. Like, they already cried about it, they gave you their salt, that's all you need. You don't need to go get more, you don't need to fish for more, just take your salt, have a laugh, move on. You didn't have to go and do all that. It's not that deep. Like, that's action range bait. But no, Groskoth didn't want to take responsibility for that part of it. So yeah, both sides, kind of dog shit. Didn't like it. Greeny, I think, is a little less bad in it. You know, except for the copyright shit. But it's her video. Groskoth didn't really fucking change it at all. So, like, what do you expect?
Now that you have backup, you can try to act more confident, slandering the underdog even harder with the lamest gotcha.
Nobody is slandering you, River. You're just that big of a moron. Like, you actually are a moron. It's not slander if it's true.
I've ever seen, and try to take attention away from the fact that you basically deplatformed and copyright abused another creative scene, and try to take attention away from the—
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Why slugs? This is probably pretty close to the start, actually. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, Seek God, Why Slug, like, they're just coming at insult. And Groskoth handles this fine, because you wanna. You obviously intended to slug the whole time like it's a bad thing, like, who cares? Like, Greeny and Skulljack should just shut the fuck up here. Like, if you don't like the slugging, just shut up about it. It's not a big deal. Just go next.
The fact that you basically deplatform.
Assault farming TDB came to my chat. That's not deplatforming. Covering, like, showing what happened is not deplatforming. I'm sorry, but it's not. Like, just because someone disagrees with something that you did and they show it, that doesn't mean they're trying to deplatform you. This is the dumbest shit. Oh, if you showed something I did, you must be trying to deplatform me. No, I'm just showing what you did, you fucking moron.
Formed and copyright abused another creator.
So from what I saw in that video, it seemed like Grossgoth just played her raw footage without, like, that much commentary. Like, if there was commentary in it, then it's fine. But if there's not, then Granny's totally in her rights to do this. It really depends on if there was commentary or not. I would have to go and watch it myself.
But I don't know, no one cares when the popular cocksuckers do it, right? If this person had 5 followers, they'd be fucked. If the underdog dares to retaliate with relevant points, just block them, so you can continue your slander in peace with no logical
Oh my god, River with the underdog shit again. Shut up about being an underdog. It's just a sorry excuse to say whatever you want, and then when people call you out for being stupid or wrong, you can just say, oh, I'm the underdog. Instead of acknowledging that you might be stupid or wrong. Like, can you try just for once to actually engage with the other side instead of crying underdog whenever they call you out for something? Please? Please. I think it would help you grow a lot as a person.
interruptions.
And, you know, you might not lose so many debates.
DBD Twitter is basically a popularity contest. It doesn't matter who's right, it matters who's popular. That's why ratios don't matter in the slightest. Good arguments do. But not to these sheep.
See, River says good arguments matter, but he hasn't had a good argument in his entire life. Explain that.
And I do plan to cover the compies in another video, but they're pretty obnoxious on Twitter too with their copy-pasted opinions and unaware egotism. They'll either doom post or vague post about literally nothing. Like, seriously, this is extremely pathetic, by the way. Or go on about how they're better than pub players or Blight takes skill, or I don't know, I'll just get into it in my comp video, whenever that comes out. But anyways, in a community where you'll be slightly crucified for having a hot take, so you usually need to stick with boring, predictable, unchallenging tweets to...
Okay. This one is actually, like, yeah, boring and predictable, because, you know, yeah, that shit should have been bannable. But,
be slightly crucified for having a hot take, so you usually need to stick with boring...
This is not a boring take. People do not agree with this. And, you'll never guess who the people that don't agree with this are.
predictable...
Yeah, that's pretty predictable, actually. Because everybody hates school. Fair enough.
Challenging tweets disguised as hot takes.
Alright, he's got 2 for 3. That's not bad. 2 out of 3 is a pretty good ratio for old RiverCiver there. I'm not gonna lie. He might be on the come up.
Some of these cocksuckers like Hens will seem wholesome and friendly on the surface, but in the DMs I have...
Why? Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so he's saying that Hens is being a dense... No, sorry. He's saying Hens is being an asshole in the DMs. This doesn't look like an asshole to me. Got 1 frame ahead on that, half the frames are repeats. Do you not see the difference between 30 and 60? It's choppy. Just trying to help, we can figure it out. And then, are you telling me the screen chat video is 30 FPS because out of over 10,000 comments, you're the only person that said anything about that, and says it's 60 in Premiere, and it looks no different to an odds video as comparison. 10K in all my videos, not just the screen chat one. Damn, you unironically can't tell the difference. Not only that, you were too dense to go check after being told how twice. Yeah, I would be frustrated if I took time out of my fucking day to go help somebody to just be told, oh, well, actually, no, it's wrong.
Have with him who's
Like, show the full DM history so we can see who started this. Because that'll change the context a bit.
frankly a piece of shit and extremely aggressive for some reason over...
How's that what? River, I've heard you say worse shit to people that had nothing to do with anything. Huh? And this is aggressive to you? Damn, you unironically can't tell the difference? You're too dense to go check after being told how? I just wanted to help and this is a lost cause. How is that aggressive? Oh my god, River, get out of your fucking fifis, man. Just because it has to do with you doesn't mean it's aggressive. I mean, you're sounding like a soft little bitch right now. What? River, please. What are we doing?
for a trivial editing mistake that nobody else has ever pointed out.
Just saying you're the only person that brings it up. I don't think anyone cares, but I'll change it for you. I was hoping someone of your size would think of a better argument to defend your butt buddies, but I forgot. What? How is... Hins wasn't talking about any kind of defending our butt buddies or anything. He's just saying how to change their frames. Dude, River is so desperate to make everything into a fight while being the softest little bitch alive. Talking about, oh, Hins, you're being so aggressive right now. Oh, Hins, you're so aggressive. Oh, Hins, you're being so mean right now. Oh, don't say it like that. I'm too delicate and fragile. Oh, Hins, no. Like, you would think somebody that is always clamoring to get himself a piece of the smoke would be a little less soft-skinned than this. But what is this? Hey, man, this is how you change your frames. Oh, what do you need? Okay, you're too dense. This is going nowhere. I'm done. Wow, you're being so mean to me. Shut up, man. You cannot be this stupid. Like, yeah, Hins, what argument are you talking about? I'm giving you advice on your Premiere settings. Are you delusional? Yes he is.
Out? Like, he used this as a gotcha because I talked shit about some of his butt buddies, I guess?
There's no gotcha. It's not all about gotchas. Why does River think everything is a gotcha? Hins noticed that your frames were a little bit on the smaller side, a little bit on the low side. He said, hey, this is how you fix it. And you say, oh, wow, you're not going to think of a better argument to defend your butt buddies? What the fuck are you on about? You are delusional. Bro shopping at the Lululemon. Like, he even admits that the video was in 30 FPS. So Hins is right on this. What? Oh my god, dude. Get a fucking grip. So Hins messages him, saying that he's got an editing mistake. Then River says, oh wow, you really need a better argument to defend your butt buddies. And then he admits that there's an editing mistake. Bro, just, like, this is the most teeniest, tiniest, microscopic of L's. Just take it. It is not gonna hurt you.
But yeah, talking to him in DM showed me what these people are actually like.
Guy with an editor saying this to me when I put in 10x the effort. Most DBD YouTubers do. You put in 10 times the effort, but you make an editing mistake, like going to 30 FPS. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, man. Like, you can't be making mistakes like that and then go, oh, well, you know, I put in 10 times the effort. No, you fucking don't. Like, all this editing is just finding a clip and putting it in. That's not hard. It's just, like, it's just time consuming. There's no skill in it. You just, oh, I found the clip. I put the clip in. Wow, so tough. Come on, man. Like, you gotta get off your high horse. You really do. Editing is not that hard. Come on, man. Anyway, so apparently this means that Hins is mad. But, like, me personally, I would be talking to you the exact same way after how you've talked to everybody you've ever spoken to. You came into the scene like an asshole, pulled out your little teeny peeny and put it on the table instead of calling everybody all this dumb shit. Like, of course, people are gonna have an attitude with you. You cannot be surprised when if you come at people with an attitude, they come at one with you. It's not surprising. Could we not just say that you're mad with every video you make because of the dumb shit that you say? I'm thinking we can. If that's all it takes.
Behind closed doors. It doesn't surprise me that some of the biggest creators just don't even really bother, but the ones that do kind of make this place their domain and their entire personality. I guess there's kind of no better person to start with than...
You wouldn't hit a woman. That's a woman.
Oh my god, that was the intro? We're not even in the real video, that was the intro?
Now, if you know anything about DBD Twitter, you're definitely familiar with this person, or at least heard her name. They're basically the embodiment of DBD Twitter, a degenerate, terminally online, hourly tweeting crybaby who's unemployed and lives off their dying father despite being over 30. This is the hero of the people on DBD Twitter. This is who they look up to. And oh my god, where do I even start with Jane is Live? She posts and reposts maybe 30 times a day, which is absolutely insane for something you don't get paid for and don't really seem to enjoy at all, like in any capacity. There's so much to say about her and the weird shit she's done. I could make a whole video about it, so I'll try to cut this short, but I am sure to miss a ton of embarrassing things. I guess I can just list off a ton of weird shit she's done for your entertainment before deep diving right into this stereotype. Her whole personality is Jane Romero from DBD, and she said that people posting porn of Jane Romero in DBD makes her feel unsafe because it's like they're posting porn of her. Like, I'm not even gonna go into that. It's, yeah. This creature is one of the types who...
Alright, if that's true, that is pretty fucking weird, I'm not gonna lie.
Call you an istophobe at every possible chance they get, like calling people...
So I will say that this tweet is, like, years old. Because I remember this whole thing happening to a degree. This is not recent. Notice how he's not showing the date on this. I'm pretty sure that is very intentional. Because this is years old. So I remember thinking Jane was fucking crazy for this tweet. But like, supposedly, I don't look into Twitter that much, I don't look into these people that much, but supposedly Jane's a bit different now. Which, I mean, from what I've seen, yeah, like, she doesn't really tweet this shit anymore. So, yeah. Like, people kind of moved on. It is what it is. But yeah, I remember thinking this tweet when it happened was crazy.
Word crazy ableist because the victim card is always a foolproof strategy on Twitter. She said crazy because she compared old Skull Merchant to Plague, which is a really weird and stupid thing to say, by the way, and this guy simply corrected her with some good arguments. But if you're losing the argument, just cry ableism, I guess, since he used the word crazy, or that one time she called hens transphobic for misgendering her.
Damn. This whole like transphobic shit for calling someone bro or a guy has been going on for years, huh? Holy.
Using the word bro when she was on Anon mode. She basically lies in wait at every opportunity to victimize herself and throws some buzzword at the person criticizing her, so people will immediately be told what to think. It goes down like this every single time, and I don't know how she's not tired of it. Then again, maybe she's just emotionally unstable. This is the person who's
I'm down to not show random Twitter clips while saying it goes down like this every time. Because that's implying that those Twitter clips are what's happening when it's not. I don't like that.
Started crying tears of joy on stream when she saw Hattie was getting skins.
See, okay. You had it when Jane was attributing being called crazy as with being trans or whatever, and you had it when Jane was going after hens for using the wrong pronouns as for being called bro. And then you immediately lost it when you said, oh wow, this person got emotional over something that they wanted? That's so, wow. What an idiot, what a moron, what a buffoon. People can get emotional with things, people can be happy with things. This is not a gotcha. Stick to the stronger points. Don't go to this dumb shit.
What is it with these Twitter degenerates and Survivor skins? I swear it's like half of what they talk about. It's insane. If anyone ever beats her in an argument or calls her out on some stupid bullshit, she can either 1, throw meaningless buzzwords at them like transphobe over literally nothing, or 2, just suicide bait and talk about how much your life sucks when, I don't know, maybe it's time to take a step off Twitter and clear your head. Maybe you'd...
No, I can actually agree with that. This is like the one smart thing River's ever said, which is that, like, instead of just sitting there and crying on Twitter about how awful your life is, you might need to step away from the internet and kind of take the steps to fix it. It's not going to be overnight, and you can still be on Twitter. It's just sitting there and talking about how awful your life is every other post. And I'm not saying Jane does this, but for the people that do, sitting there and talking about how awful your life is and how bad things are on Twitter is not helping you. It just simply isn't. It's giving you an excuse to not take the steps to fix things. Because instead of having to actually go and put in the work to get better, to feel better, you're just getting dopamine hits from saying how bad things are. It's a really bad cycle. I think people don't see that when they're in it, and when they're doing that. It's not good. It doesn't help you at all. This is the one smart thing he's ever said in his life. Which is that, yeah, you should not be fucking trauma dumping to Twitter. Instead, you need to go out and take the steps to fix things. Because it's a feedback cycle, you know? You say, oh, I'm feeling really awful, I'm feeling really bad. This is why. And then you get comments saying, oh, it's okay, things are going to be okay, it's going to be good, you're going to be fine. It doesn't help you. Get off of Twitter at that point.
You realize you're the reason you're in this rut? It's straight delusion. Nowadays, she's just been rotting on Marvel Rivals, and this is what she meant when she said she was doing other things towards me, by the way. Not other things in real life, just playing.
Who cares if Jane is not doing other stuff in real life? The fact of the matter is, the point of that tweet was to ask you to stop harassing her over nothing. If you wanted to go after Jane, which you did in this video, then yeah, it should have been about the trans comments or whatever, which is old news at this point. I think everyone's moved on from that. I think Jane's grown from what I've seen. Again, I don't look too deep into it, but people do change, people do grow. So everyone seems to have moved on. So there's no point in dredging up old shit from the past. Like, if Jane asks you to stop going after her for no fucking reason other than, oh, she plays Jane, then maybe just do that instead of being an insufferable asshole. It's not that hard.
Rivals with Coomer skins because she's not allowed within 5,000 feet of a school. Wait, what was...
Bro, you can't. Oh my god, dude. There's not even any evidence of that. Jane's never said anything suspicious at all. Well, you can't just go around calling people pedophiles without any evidence at all.
Was that? Oh yeah, I got clipped. Now,
Especially if it's just to hurt them. Like, if you have evidence, then sure, present it. But come on, man. You can't just go around calling everybody that you hate or dislike a pedophile or a cuck, saying that their wives are getting plowed by Tyrone every chance you get. It's stupid. It's sad.
what did I get in trouble for with the leader of DBD Twitter? Did I maybe deplatform or dox someone? Maybe I spread all sorts of slander without taking
Actually, yeah, you have spread slander without taking accountability. And funnily enough, you did that against Spooks.
ability for it. Maybe I just straight up had a bad opinion. I don't know. What is it? Let's see. James?
Scott having a bad opinion, you know what? You know what, River? Based. That's based.
Tend to kind of fall into the same sort of category as David's, where they make their entire personality porn and only play Survivor, just slightly worse. I feel like one Jane maid in particular, who I may cover in the future, is heavily weighing down her position. But even without that creature, Jane players are entitled fucking losers who will always go next, like all the time. Yeah.
Hey, he actually showed the clip. Alright, so he goes out of his way, with no provocation, to call Jane a porn-addled creature. Why? What are you getting out of this? Come on, man. You go out of your way to insult somebody blatantly, by name, and then you wonder why people don't want you in the community. You know, it sure is a mystery. That just, wow. I'm gonna have to call a Scooby Gang on this one, solve this one. What the hell? That's so weird.
Was it her asking me kindly, by the way, putting me on blast in front of 500...
Oh my god, you cannot talk about putting her on... Okay, River, you made a video. That is the exact same thing. You put Jane on blast by calling Jane a porn-addled creature. Jane put you on blast by asking you to not do that. One of these is a little worse than the other, regardless of viewership. You absolute fucking moron. You cannot present what Jane did as bad when you did something worse.
100,000 people, by the way, is asking kindly to not make a DBD Twitter video and mention her in it. Well, look where we are now. And I better be careful because she threatened to sue me. Yeah, sue me.
The whole suing thing is kind of eh. But then again, I thought this was weird that Jane said this when I first heard of things, but then now that River's calling Jane a pedophile with no proof, I kind of get it.
For cyberbullying or something, if I continue to talk about her, like, I actually don't know. It is the most terminally online shit I've ever seen in my life. This is the second time this...
No, you know what's terminally online? Constantly bringing up how you got banned from an online community on Twitter because of your own actions. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't be bringing it up this much. But no, I think some part of you deep down hates that you're being ostracized for what are seemingly your actual opinions. It's okay to not be liked. I mean, it's okay to dislike being disliked. But you need to understand that at a certain point, you are the issue. Stop talking about, oh, I got kicked from the community because I was mean to Jane. Nobody gives a shit, man. You brought it on yourself.
Month, technically, I've been threatened with a lawsuit by terminally online lolcows for saying mean words. But yeah, if she wanted to ask me nicely, as these Twitter-rotted droids are saying, DMs are open. Instead, she had to make a big spectacle of it because she knows how much DBD Twitter loves to emotionally vilify people in Witch Hunt. And things are getting slow, so time to find a new villain of the week, right? Over a 10-second clip of me saying literally nothing. And look what it led to as well. DBD Twitter just really loves doing this to people. And people have already...
Okay, you want to know why... What River doesn't show here is the reason it led to this is because he went through and dug up Jane's old picture and used that as a profile picture. See, there's a series of events, there's an order of operations to all of this. And River never shows the start, because he knows that he's responsible for these reactions. I'm not saying it's right for this to happen, but he brought it on himself, because he did the exact same shit to Jane. Maybe not this Twitter doxing shit, but, the profile pictures, digging up pictures and shit, he did that to Jane. But of course, he's not going to show it, because why would he? Because it goes against his whole point about being a victim that is getting punched down by an entire community. Shit's sad.
Forgot about it. I was just villain of the week, because that's how they work.
Yeah, I wonder what you did to become villain of the week. I mean, I guess maybe you did nothing wrong. Maybe you're just randomly a villain. Or maybe, could be, you're an asshole.
They just threw their buzzwords at me and all their emotional slander. Bigger creators came in to say literally nothing despite it being a 1v100, and despite me having every disadvantage, no one could really provide a solid argument or refute my points. Sounds kind of...
Oh my god, please shut up about being the 1v100 debate guy with immaculate points. You're not. We've seen it. Everyone you've ever argued with has destroyed you because you have nothing of value to say. You gotta stop with this delusion, brother.
Familiar, huh? Like, this gave me a perspective, being the villain of the week on DBD Twitter. Like, this is how they work. It is absolutely ridiculous the things they do to people. And they've moved on.
I mean, if you want to talk about ridiculous things people do to people, what about, I don't know, calling someone a porn-idol creature for no reason? And then being surprised when people don't like that you call someone a porn-idol creature for no reason.
On from it now. Now they're bullying a DBD dev into leaving the internet for the Streetwise thing, so I guess my Twitter fame is over. The reply...
There's no shot. I swear, I think River just, like, he takes everything he can that'll support his point and argues until it does. Like, that's not what happened. Nobody bullied that guy into leaving the internet over the Streetwise bug. That guy made a really stupid fucking thing, said some stupid-ass shit. All I saw were people criticizing. I didn't see any fucking bullying. Unless it happened in the Discord. But he doesn't show that, he just shows people showing what happened. He shows that the dev said some dumb shit about Streetwise, now it's not a bug, not worth kill switching, and people criticizing it. If that guy actually got bullied off the internet for that shit, then that's kind of fucked up. But also, we have to admit, that was really fucking stupid, and I think people are naturally going to talk about that. They're going to bring that to light, and they're going to criticize that heavily. Because that was a poor decision. This isn't some Skull Merchant joke that actually affects the game. Like, not kill switching that perk affects the game for everyone playing in a negative way. So naturally, people are going to talk about that and criticize it. As for bullying off the internet, I don't think that happened. Unless it's in that Discord, in which case I'd have to go look for myself. But I did not see that happen on Twitter.
Replies on these tweets give me a taste of how much of an echo chamber Jane actually lives in. She replies to every single one, thanking them for saying basically nothing and spreading slander about the bad guy. Like,
oh
my god, thank you guys for helping my mental health. Oh my god, thank you for saying what you're supposed to, and circle jerking me. I really appreciate it, guys. Like, it's just so weird and delusional. And this is not a one-time thing. She and DBD Twitter do shit like this all the time. She tries canceling people over literally nothing. And this isn't even like 2% of...
Alright. I'm gonna give what might be a hot take, I don't know. But I don't think you should, like, cancel or lose anything or whatever for misgendering someone by mistake. Like, I think there's a certain level of empathy that's involved, where you understand that maybe someone might not understand that concept. Like, I think there's a certain level of empathy that goes into it. Because mistakes do happen. Like, I can't tell you how many times when I was a young buck, when I had long hair and a nice, freshly shaven face, where I was called man. But all it takes is a simple, you know, well, actually, I'm a guy. I don't think it has to be a whole cancellation thing. I think it can just be a thing where you educate them instead. It doesn't have to be all that. It's like, yeah, going after, like, a league, trying to get someone canceled or whatever, if that is what happened here, which, I don't know. Hearing this, they should know if they're transphobic. I mean, if Jane is saying this with the intention of cancellation, I think that's bad. I think that there is a certain level of empathy that you have to have as a trans person for people that are not trans and don't understand that. Because I think you have to understand that it may not be about you. It may just be they don't understand. If they don't want to use your pronouns, it doesn't mean that they hate you or that it has to be an argument. You can simply just ignore them or remove them from your lives, whatever you want to do. But someone not using your preferred pronouns isn't necessarily an act of hate or phobia. You know, they may have their own beliefs, because we've been identifying people by gender for a lot of years. It's pretty much natural to us. So to just expect someone to suddenly not do that, or to maybe go with something that doesn't quite align with what they believe that gender to be, it's a pretty big ask. So it may not be anything to do with hatred, or even vitriol, or anything like that. It could just be that it makes them uncomfortable, or they're not used to it. And I think that as much as you want them to respect you and your pronouns, you have to respect that they may not want to use those pronouns as well.
Canceling people over literally nothing. And this isn't even like...
Which is to say that it's not always going to be malicious. It's kind of the point I'm getting at there.
2% of what this creature has done online. Like, look at this, for example. This genuinely is their entire existence. Like, it just keeps going. Like, how are you not embarrassed? You are such a self-righteous keyboard warrior. Like, how can one person be this much of a stereotype? There are lots of people on Twitter who are kind of like Jane, and a lot of them just kind of run together in my mind, because it can be kind of hard to tell them apart sometimes in this video with these people. But one of the ones that kind of reminds me of Jane is...
Whoa, is that blackface, dude?
Look, I don't really know much about Lily Pie. She's just another hourly tweeting Twitter degenerate who talks about like 50% nothing and 50% survivor hair. No, I'm serious. This is like all she talks about. She insinuates behavior is racist for getting their hair wrong on black characters like a lot.
Yeah, this shit was beyond fucking dumb. This is another point where unfortunately I have to actually agree with this moron. But yeah, Lillers was fucking losing her mind over like black hair or whatever when like it's the most non-issue ever.
This is what people spend their entire days worrying about while buildings in Iran get bombed. But yeah, regardless, besides that, she...
Oh, well, delete the video, River. Buildings in Iran are getting bombed, so delete the video, please. Thanks.
She mostly just posts weird thirst trap shit because she's...
Come on, yeah. I'm not a fan of the thirst trap shit myself. Me personally, I think it's gross.
bored and wants attention or talks about being black, I guess. Like, people are gonna call me racist or whatever for this because it's an easy buzzword to throw around when you have no argument, but it's like all she talks about. She'll talk about a Stardew Valley mod that turns the white characters black, or retweet black people in the Spider-Verse art style. It's really weird. Like, I'm not gonna go any further, but if this was the other way around and she was whitewashing black characters, yeah, it would not go as well for her. I'm just saying.
Ugh, damn. Yeah, I mean, River's not wrong about that either. Man, this video feels awful. Like, outside of the Jane shit, ugh. I have to actually agree with some of this shit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Nessa from Pokemon situation, but once upon a time, someone drew her in a shade that was slightly too much, slightly too white, and Twitter and the internet lost their fucking minds. It was insane. But of course, the funniest part is, them losing their minds over the most innocuous of things led to, like, actual white Nessa being drawn. Like, sometimes all you gotta do is just shut the fuck up and your problems go away. And bitching about it makes it 10 times worse. I think that's a lesson that River could actually learn. But yeah. I don't know. I think people get too caught up in, like, race shit. I think, like, if you want to be able to make white characters black, then it should be fine to make black characters white. Especially when it comes to, like, games. Like, there's a whole rabbit hole to go down on the blackwashing or whitewashing, whatever, of characters. The race washing, the race swapping of characters in media. But, I ain't touching that one in this video. Mostly because it would take way too fucking long.
Initially heard about her because she was e-dating Trickster Shadow, who's someone who played DBD, quit it in a rage to go to VHS, and then came calling back when VHS died, only to have his numbers tank and then just give up. I already didn't really like this Soyjack, but I had no idea his e-girl was this obnoxious. She's another hourly tweeting loser who rots on Twitter and either argues with people over nothing, or just talks
Arguing with people over nothing. That sounds real familiar, River.
through reaction images and videos because words are hard when you live online. I know this isn't exclusive to DBD Twitter or anything, but people like her just love to police what others are allowed to say. And if you slip up, be prepared for a massive call-out post with tons of buzzwords talking about how you're problematic and you have white male privilege or something. It's all so vapid and insecure and ultimately doesn't matter, but people like this think Elodie being replaced in the Rift by 2 white characters is the most important thing in their life because Survivor skins are just really, really important. It's time to talk about Survivor skins again. I love Survivor skins. Besides that, it's the same virtue signaling bullshit constantly, or just crying about ping like every Survivor one trick. You got your usual Kaneki bad posts, like it's all the same shit. She's not funny despite trying to be. I mean, none of these clones really are, but she sure does try really hard to be quirky. There's probably so much more, but I've been scrolling and analyzing this for like 20 minutes, and these tweets aren't even a month old. She actually just spends so much time on here every day, it's so unhealthy.
Oh man, I really don't care if someone wants to spend their life on Twitter. It's the dumbest thing to poke at. Like, who cares? Like, you may not like it, but fuck it. Who gives a shit? If they're getting their shit done and doing what they gotta do, like, it's so stupid.
Someone else could probably do a deep dive, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm done for now. Moving on.
Alrighty. Yeah, because, like, what the fuck did ZM Pixie do? I gotta see this.
So you're probably familiar with ZM Pixie. She's that one Night One trick who makes being attracted to Night, like sexually, her entire personality. And she's also known for, well, she's good at, yeah, that's basically it, actually. I wanted to use her as an example of the mountains of degenerate art you'll see in this community, from people whose brains have just fried from how much porn they've watched and how much they've been groomed. I swear, you need to put these people in a saw trap, and they can only escape by not tweeting for a consecutive 6 hours, or making a joke that's not about porn. So Twitter is basically known for weird degenerate art, so what makes this person special? Isn't she just the wholesome uwu e-girl with a high-pitched voice that makes porn her entire personality to please her degenerate Coomer echo chamber? I mean, what's wrong with that, right? Well, not only is she a good example of this because she's posted some extremely weird and creepy shit, but she also just cannot handle criticism or people just rightfully calling this fetish.
I mean, I agree. To me, it's pretty fucking weird. I would never do shit like this for the fictional character, but does it affect me at all? Do I really give a shit? Is she doing anything that's hurting anyone? Not really. Like, it seems like ZM knows that the Knight is a fictional character and he's not actually her boyfriend. Like, it's just all in good fun. Who gives a shit? Like, who? Now, if it was like, oh man, the Knight's real and he's my boyfriend and he exists in the real world, then yeah, that would be concerning. But that doesn't seem at all what's going on. It just seems harmless. It's like, who gives a shit? Like, let her do her thing. Now let's see what this con. Isn't this weird? What are your final thoughts gonna be? Yeah, like, this is not... Huh? Like, you're just shitting on someone's parade for no fucking reason with this. Now, again, if ZM has done anything to suggest that she actually believes the Knight is really her boyfriend, and it's more than just, like, some, you know, oh, wow, I think this character's hot, then yeah, sure, whatever. Probably needs some help. But, to me, it comes off as pretty fucking harmless. So, like, all you're doing is shitting on someone's parade for no fucking reason. Like, that's not justified. You're just being an asshole for no reason.
Weird. The rare, and I do mean rare, pieces of criticism she gets that slip through the cracks will likely be quote tweeted with some snarky Gen Z remark where she doesn't actually address their point logically.
Okay, are you gonna show the quote tweet?
This will likely be quote tweeted with some snarky Gen Z remark.
Sometimes I wonder what went wrong in your life and you plan on doing it. Okay, are you gonna show what the truth was? Hello guys, Zanryu here, and it sounds like River was saying that ZM Pixie herself quote retweets the criticism she gets with a snarky Gen Z remark. But I found the tweet he was showing and it's just a normal tweet of her showing some sort of template with a guy quote unquote criticizing her for being an asshole. RiverCiver, ladies and gentlemen, misrepresenting things once again.
Express their point logically. And her band of parasocial bad guy, because that's what they're meant to do, right? You just hate fun. You're projecting. It's all emotional and none of it is actually logical, but it doesn't really matter. Like I've said, I've learned it.
No, you know what's illogical? Is hating on someone having a good time with a fictional character and being like, oh, I love this character. He's my boyfriend. Ha, who cares? Like, what's illogical is hating on that for no fucking reason because you don't understand it or care about it. All you have to do is just say, hey, you know what? It's not for me, but enjoy. That's all it has to be. You don't have to call ZM Pixie some porn-addled night lover. You have to say, you don't have to go out after it and say, oh man, in 30 years, when your parents are on their deathbeds, is this what you want them to remember you for? Like, that's fucking weird. That's the weird stuff. Not just liking a fictional character. And I guarantee you, by the way, the whole thing about, oh yeah, man, if you find a boyfriend in real life, and he sees all this weird shit, he's probably not going to love you anymore. If she finds somebody that's into her, he's probably not going to give a shit. Like, let's just be clear about that. Because that's kind of how relationships work. You know, each person has their quirks, and usually, the other person's going to have some quirk, and you're just not going to give a shit because that person is your match. They've got other things that are more important.
Right? It matters who has the bigger platform. DBD Twitter is basically a popularity contest for all of these high school dropouts. And this stuff that she draws isn't that bad compared to some of the heinous shit you'll find on this platform. We're just scratching the surface. I'm just gonna say, much like Lily Pie, if this was a man who obsessed over, let's say, artist, and drew creepy pictures of his OC deep-throating artist and made shit like
Deep-throating, so he's comparing it to porn, it seems like, but like, ZM doesn't draw porn. To my knowledge.
Like this, then people would probably...
Yeah, this isn't pornographic. Like, this isn't deep-throating. Okay, so he means it in the sense of, like, you know, liking them a lot and going off about how great they are.
Okay. Degenerate, and rightfully so. It's just another double standard I happen to notice.
So he's actually not wrong about that. I think that if somebody was gooning over like a female character like that, I feel like, given the same old breast situation, people would probably lose their fucking minds at a guy coming over Spirit. I don't have any proof of that, but I do, given my history on the internet, have a very strong suspicion that that is actually what would happen. Doesn't make it right for him to hate on Z and Pixie, though.
I know this game in general kind of attracts weird, entitled, unself-aware people, but holy shit, the art side of this is basically nothing but porn and degeneracy.
None of this is porn. Bro, show the porn. What is degenerate about any of this? Hold on.
This game in general
I'll slow it down. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't look like porn to me. It doesn't even look that degenerate. Like, well, you're hugging the Oni. The Deathslinger is kissing your character ROC. Huh? That's not pornographic or even degenerate. This is just like, nah, man, there's no way River is sitting here talking about degeneracy when his own mod is sitting there commissioning Fingman inflation porn. Nah, man, there's no fucking way. Like, you're gonna come after people for normal shit while your mod is out there commissioning Fingman inflation porn. Is this really the path we're going down, RiverCiver? Come on, man. What are we doing? By the way, dude, River sits here and talks about how porn-addled people are, but he sits there and he sees the most innocuous, normal things drawn of a hug and a dance and says that they are degenerate. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? How do you see that and think degenerate? Where's your head at? Do you think just the touch of a woman is degenerate? Is that how far gone you are? Oh my god, dude.
Holy shit, the art side of this is basically...
Yeah. Oh, wow. She's hugging him. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. This is so degenerate. Let's see. This guy's licking the cheek. I mean, that's a little degenerate. Licking cheek's not normal, Blake. Who cares? What the ligma? Like, this is clearly a joke, right? Like, this guy's into it. He's like, ooh, I like you. I want to give you a smooch. This guy's like, ooh, I like you. And then he gets freaked out about it. What? Okay, man.
nothing but porn and degeneracy.
What the fuck is this? Dead by Daylight raped your list? Wait. He even has Subway What is this? Oh, this is how likely they are to get raped. He has all the survivors too. What the fuck? Okay, let's keep watching. This is the type of shit I need.
Like, yes, I know it's Twitter, and that's kind of how it is.
Like, yeah, this is literally just a joking comic panel. Oh, I'm into you. Oh, my god, I'm so flustered and into you too. Hee Oh! Come on.
But you'll occasionally find some really
Wow, we're showing this in the porn out category, the degenerate category? Okay.
creative, funny, or high-effort stuff. And it's just buried in the mountain.
I mean, that's a little degenerate. She's cut with some titties on main. This might be the only one he's got a point at so far.
Of absolute degeneracy. Art Twitter in general has...
Wow, a selfie? Who cares?
In the art side of DBD...
Me personally, I'm not a fan of someone using a game to promote their political views. But, like, this doesn't strike me as degenerate. This isn't pornographic, so what is it doing in this section?
Twitter seems to have a lot of them. The issue is that some of these people are legitimately talented and draw very well. I can't draw for shit. It's just that they waste their talent on this. It's unbelievably degenerate how porn...
Dude, this isn't porn-addled. Holy shit. Huntress holding pig, princess style, is not porn-addled.
...brained this community is. If you haven't noticed, all three of the...
Wow, the Trapper and the Meg having a little bit of a blush at each other. Wow, that's so degen. The Blight. The Blight is degenerate. Oh, well, actually, no, that's kind of in line with River's views, actually.
segments to are in the weird Femmes of the Fog group. And look, the person who runs this account, I wouldn't normally say this because it's an emotional straw man argument used by TikTards with no personality, but this person legitimately needs to get a job. Just today, as a random example, they average about 20 tweets or retweets per day from different female DVD creators. It is unbelievable.
Alright, man, if this person is financially secure, then the whole get a job argument does not apply. If she's living her life and she's financially secure, even if you disagree with whatever she's tweeting, even if you don't care, even if it's not up to your standards, that doesn't mean she needs to get a job.
This shit is basically a full-time job and they're not paid for it. I don't really know what points of groups like this are, and I get people are gonna call me a misogynist or an incel or whatever. I get it. It's okay to throw around buzzwords when you're wrong, and it's fine to be emotional. You're just proving my point. But pretty much every
River's gonna sit here and call people emotional when he's made a fucking 20-minute video on this shit scripted and edited. Alright. Okay, buddy.
streamer that this account
River is so mad about getting called out for being a dickhead to Jane that he made a 20-minute video on Twitter. Come on, dude.
is the same. They're just conventionally attractive women who just sell themselves
Yo, River just called women attractive. This guy's a fucking gooner. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He's done. Get this gooner out of my website right now. He needs to go outside and touch some grass.
online. It's all just very weird and degenerate. Like, if porn is your thing, go for it, I guess. But as we've said many times in the past, this shit does not belong on Twitch or Twitter. Just go to...
I mean, again, hate that I have to do this, but I gotta fucking agree, like, scantily clad women, women in bikinis, hot tub meta, all that shit, thirst trapping, all that shit. What ASMR has become, like, just go to Pornhub, man. Get that shit off of Twitch. Get that shit off of Twitter. Like, just put it behind your OnlyFans. Put it on the hub. Like, because I think that there should be a separation of that sort of content. I don't think it should be out there and easily accessible as it is.
OnlyFans. It's certainly a way to make money, just not a very respectable one. I'm sorry, I'm not a cuck. I'm not gonna suck up to you. But moving on, I'm getting sidetracked and this will be clipped out of context. I just want to know who runs this shit because from my experience, the DBD Twitter moderators, they're all power tripping weirdos who will immediately ban you when they're proven wrong.
Okay, River, you didn't prove anyone wrong about anything. The reason you got banned from the DBD community is because you went after somebody for no fucking reason and said nothing of value. Like, if you had actually had real criticisms against Jane, like the transphobic shit, then it would have been a lot different. But no, all you did was sit there and go, Jane, you're a fucking porn-addled creature. Haha, I'm going to make my profile picture a picture of you from 5 years ago. LOL, haha. Wait a minute, why did I get banned from DBD community Twitter? This whole video is just a massive cope says trying to justify how you're right and they're wrong even though you fucked up. It's fucking pathetic, man. Just hold your L. It's not that deep.
And are emotionally about 14 years old because that's also the age they're attracted to. If you thought Reddit mods are bad, like,
Well, it's time for another RiverCiver classic. I don't like you, so you like children. Like, shut up, dude. Is this projection? Is RiverCiver secretly into children? Is that what's going on here? Oh yeah, you must like kids. Just because I don't like you. Like, that's so stupid.
look at this guy, for example. Look at the shit he says. It is actually so embarrassing, this guy.
Hey, guess what? None of this is relevant. Just because this is the guy that banned you doesn't mean any of this is relevant. The point is, the fact is, you got your stupid ass banned for being a dumbass. It ain't that deep. Like, you don't even like the Twitter community, so just fucking move on.
These people are all basically carbon copies of each other, and they lack the proper self-awareness to realize how stereotypical
River talking about people lacking self-awareness. That is peak.
they are. Look, I get you guys want to stand out, but can't you subhumans just be normal, daily tweeting people with a balanced perspective on the world and shit you do outside of this, like Asimovs? It would do you a lot of good to get off this app you spend so much of your time on. You're the problem, by the way. The section was supposed to be about ZM Pixie and art and shit, but I went on a bit of a tangent, oops. I just think people like this need to realize how much of an echo chamber they live in and actually listen to the rare piece of criticism they get.
So, River is trying to imply here that he is a rare piece of criticism that these people get and that they're in an echo chamber. But I've got news, River. Sitting here and going around insulting people over nothing is not valid criticism. I get that you don't like them, and that's fine. You can dislike whoever you want. They don't have to, be to your taste. But if you want to actually give criticism, then give criticism. All you do is insult them and then say it's criticism, and it's not the same thing. You have to actually give criticism for what they're doing. Instead of saying, oh man, you're porn-addled, and then, show absolutely zero examples of porn addiction. Except for maybe the Sable shit, which is just degenerate at best. And even then, that's one example out of every single example that was mentioned. You gotta stop saying all this dumb-ass shit without any proof.
They're basically as unchallenging, inoffensive, and boring as possible, except when it comes to expressing your own degeneracy. I mean, you can follow ZM Pixie if you like, oh, I love Night and I love porn, and that's my only joke.
Okay, so River sat here and said this whole section is about ZM Pixie being porn addicted and loving the night. She loves the night. Where's the porn addiction? Where's it at? Is the porn addiction in the room right now? Because it certainly isn't in the video.
And yeah, like, do people ever get tired of this or what? Just me? There are other creators like this too that make liking a killer their whole personality. It's just very, very weird to build your whole online identity about how much you want to fuck a fictional character. Like, I get you were groomed, but like, come on, man. You just might have to work this shit out with someone.
Oh no, someone finds a fictional character attractive, and if they were real, they would have sex with him. Oh man, this is awful. Shut up. Holy fuck, man.
Just don't do it publicly, please. So yeah, would I recommend DBD Twitter? Well, actually, if you just want to poke around and fuck with some of the people on there, it can be fun because they're incredibly easy to bait and emotional.
Okay, so this is actually funny that in this tweet that he's showing, River is justifying his own tweets by saying, oh, posting almost daily on Twitter, where it takes 10 seconds to write a tweet and I barely use it. Okay, if it takes 10 seconds to write a tweet, then who cares if somebody is tweeting 20 times a day? That is literally less than 5 minutes a day that they are spending on Twitter by his own logic. So what is the problem? Remember sitting here talking about, wow, man, you sure do post a lot on Twitter, you need to stop that. Oh, but I also post and it takes 10 seconds. Okay, by your own logic, who cares if they post a lot? Because it takes no time at all, so shut the fuck up. Holy moly.
Well, most of them can't even argue properly to say.
Oh, what argument took place here? So he's trying to imply that there was an argument that took place, when all that happened was River made some dumb fucking post, and I made a little meme about it. But he's trying to imply here that we had some big argument. That's not what happened at all. See, River doesn't show the actual catalyst for anything that happens, because he knows it doesn't actually align with his point. All he does is try to misrepresent things that happen so he can be right. It's fucking pathetic. Come on, man. Do his fans really not see through this bullshit? Do they really not pick up how he never, ever shows the full context of anything?
Save their lives, but all in all, absolutely not. The whole thing is just a delusional circle jerk where everyone thinks in a group. I know that's normal Twitter, but it's enhanced by the DBD community. When gathering footage for this video and going through all of the accounts, I saw dozens who had already blocked me despite me never interacting with them once.
Oh yeah, turns out when you're an asshole, people are gonna block you. Like, why do you care?
I think because of the Jane slander, like, I don't know you. You can be outlandish and stand out without being obnoxious and degenerate about it.
Yeah, River, you should really take your own advice on this. You could be standing out. You could say some probably important things, but no, instead you spend your time talking about how, oh, everyone's all this and that and stupid and dumb and idiots and porn-addled addicts. Like, you could get your points across without being an asshole. It's not that hard.
It is possible. But as I mentioned, you people in quotes, don't realize the more you try to stand out, the more generic you become. I cannot tell some of these accounts apart. They all think the same, talk the same, have the same sense of humor, self-deprecation, or porn, by the way, and all emotionally follow the hive mind.
Nah, River cannot sit here and talk about self-deprecation, because in his very first international switch, he's like, yeah, man, I'm just a racist white gamer stereotype. Like, you self-deprecate too. So shut up. Oh.
3 people I mainly decided to focus on in this video are just scratching the surface. There's so much more degenerate behavior that even they've done, stupid drama, and awful takes that happens on DBD Twitter every single day. And while it can be fun to watch the train wreck, or sometimes even participate in it, you need to hold yourself back before you become one of these cancel culture goblins, and you long for the day.
See, he keeps talking about cancel culture when there was like one example of that possibly in the video. Like, but he's referring to the shit that happens with him when nobody has tried to cancel him. They've all just called him a fucking moron and blocked him. Like, come on, man. People disagreeing with you and blocking you is not cancel culture. It's you being an insufferable asshole that nobody agrees with a brain.
Days where you're able to think for yourself. Or just stick with the Kaneki bad tweet number 4 of the week. I'm sure you'll tell people what they want to hear.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was rough to get through. He comes off as a guy that just wants to have his dumbass opinions validated, and if you don't validate him and hold his hand, then you're the most awful porno addict ever, and you disagree with him because you're stupid. Like, that's not how the world works, man. This guy is so fucking sheltered. It's insane. I'm thinking he needs to go outside a lot more than any of the Twitter freaks he talks about. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Sorry for destroying your brain with this. This was awful. Bye-bye.